just want to do an update on this demo account I'm running here with mini lots. So I bought this plunge, and you can see all my orders that I did. So just to have my version of time and sales is my buying and selling. These are all buy limits, so I'm sticking with this buy limit system. I'm only using the scripts that are listed in the link, which is all these single drops of 10Ks. I didn't make any better ratios. Here's my best winnings 40 pips. So I'm also not taking any profits today other than what the script has already predetermined. These are all to take profits. All those blue dots are, let me just turn off this one-click trading so I can see all the chart. So this fits tidily over here on the side, and we just keep dropping these. Now, I did put some 1 hours in. Just here, I'm trying to pick up a little bit of a pullback before stocks open. And any kind of little shallow, these are like so-called trend trades. Here's a good ratio, 4 hours. I don't have any 1 hours that have, try to keep it simple. Here, I'm trying to make 8 pips, okay? $8 here. This 1 hour here is trying to make 14 bucks, 10 bucks. My worst risk is going to be $20 risk on this 20 pip stop down here. So I could put that right here if I don't think I'm in a big enough position right now. So the position is being managed by how far the market will plunge into my limits, okay? And this takes me off the hook from having to decide to buy at the market because I know I want to buy low. I know I want to buy low. So last night, what did I do? I don't want to delete these arrows so you can see my history. I simply put orders in. Of course, I put a pant load in down here. As you can imagine, this is going to be the ultimate lonely wick. I should probably make a different chart for that instrument so you can see it. I'll bring up this other demo account. This is why you need more than one demo account. So that's my journal, so to speak, is all those prices. Here's the Cedar FX account. So let's go to the, and this has that wackadoodle indicator, which I don't use indicators of any type. I trade naked, see? I do have clothes on, but I do trade naked. The hell is it? God damn it. Where's that fucking euro dollar? Oh, I put all pound out. I put all pounds up here, so that was a big experiment. To put only the pound instrument up and trade the pound pairs, you know? So let's go show all. Here's how you get the next piece of data in here. What the fuck, did I move this goddamn screen? Oh, Jesus. Whatever. Fucking killing me now. Careful what you touch here. Dragging shit all over. Show all symbols. And try to take the euro out of the stack. Oh, this broker's one of those fucked up brokers who puts the euro down. It's all alphabetical. Anyways, fuck it. You know what I'm talking about. Here. Fuck that shit. Here. Let's just go to the 5-minute chart. And we'll just zoom out. You can see my fills, okay? The big structure is... here, let's try this. Okay, so it's hitting my target, see? And I'm just going to let that happen. You know why? It's plan your trade, trade your plan. And my trade plan is to buy low and sell high. I am only buying today. So during this plunge that started last night, here's Asia. Everything started off looking like, oh, it's just going to be another day at the beach. And this system is so robust because it has a 10 pip stop to make 40 pips, which means it has technically a 4-to-1 ratio. So here's my first early buys last night. I put some buy limits in. Some of these could have lasted 8 hours is the max, but 8 hours, 4 hours. Then I put another crop in. I didn't take any profits. I could have taken profits here, but I just let the thing go. And I just let the chips fall where they may, so to speak. Let's see. We'll try to take out the high water mark of $8,300 on the account. So I'm still holding on to about 8 standard lots here. Looking for this thing to climax. And when it's going up here, I'm also going to put in buy limits beneath it to pick up any kind of pullbacks we get when the stocks open. And the stock market might just end up at a climax at the end of the year here, and then it might just drift into next year and fall down. But that's beside the fact that I'm just trying to make money, see? So outside of all that, I'm just trading this day 8-hour scripts, and I put just so many buy limits down here, and I have no fear that I really don't have any fear about it, because I know I'm risking $10 per drop in this plunge. So like I said, I don't want to delete these arrows. This shows the exact history of my drop. So if you look at the 1 minute chart here, you see I'm anticipating they're going to smash it down. So here I buy. Then I put buy limits. These are all buy limits, which means I had to put them in before the market dropped. This is natural. Let's see if I get more history in here. And even right now, if I had some so I have these 1-hour scripts. See, I'm just placing them like this. This is what it is about. I'm trading from the long side only. Certainly I could cash out of the whole thing right now and take my money and run. But then I'd have to come back to make more money. I'd have to come back and do this again. So because these only last an hour to 2 hours, then what's the chance? Now, to be on the safe side, 4-hour tickets. I'm going to put 4-hour tickets deep. Now I just put one really close because I'm just so giddy about the retracement here. And maybe the final engulfment, like this could be a crazy week where we actually we go up like 200 pips here. So let's not miss out, right? This broker's going to let me put in like 100 standard lots. Like a $10 million position I can trade at this broker now, trading minis like this. So we want to get to 10,000 today. So we get to $5,000 in 2 days of trading, of just doing these drops. And inside here I do have some drops that were actually like 8 pip stop here. So a lot of this got smashed out. You can't tell which tickets are which here. Although if you look at the blue arrow exit, try to get a landscape view here. So we start last night. There's the early drops. Then we started dropping like a bandit. Okay, so here's the whole, on the 15-minute chart, there's the day in review from stem to stern. This is what it looks like on a 15-minute chart. I'll do forensics here. So this is as simple as I'm doing. I'm saying MetaTrader allows me to drop these orders. Now these probably got blown out, or that some of those could have cashed out. There were some, I did notice some profits here during this dead cat bounce phase. So if you look at this, you see we come in here, a couple dead cat bounces, double top, probably some this was the breaker. You got to sell everything here, optimal trade entry. What I've done here is said there's no optimal trade entry. It doesn't exist unless you consider below here is going to be the most prized real estate. So I did load up there. I loaded up here below this wick, as you can see. I mean, these drops are based on the fact that it's low, but I'm also looking back to the left. And now if we touch this thing, since I didn't touch any of these take profits, this will be automatically tagging out in clusters here. And the big juicy winners are going to be at the top of this thing, coming all the way back to Asia before the plunge. And this is your classic kind of target is going to be Asia, and then we're going to try to take out the high of Friday and just keep storming north. And then I'm going to be dropping limits when we start cashing out. If we could take out these tops, we cash out into the blue, and I see, oh, you know what, we're only using $1,000 in margin. Then I'm going to come back in with more limits, and I'm going to place them down here like this and just do the same thing over and over again. So the discipline here, or the fact that there's a consistency, or the filter is the trade plan is the filter. If they stop you out, they stop you out. Now, it's hard to believe that you could make money from this sell-off, because shouldn't you be short going into Asia here. You can put a sell stop here, a buy stop here. You get gone short. You're making money, but now guess what? You're not making so much money. So these are all the things that people talk about, but it's okay to scale in and scale out. It's okay to be half right or half pregnant or partially pregnant. But see, in the real world, people are binary. This is why what's my bias today, buy or sell? They can't conceive of the market going the other way. So here was how we made the $3,000 was this drama here. So all this drama here, what does this fucking mean? Now this is supposedly, the market's digesting news. We're all the way back to those prices again. So it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. That fundamentally means anything, that this was any kind of like, this is a bellwether for go long the euro. Really? Is your bias now up? Did you just get butt fucked? Like sideways? Like it came through the side of your cheek? Is this pivot? There's a 618 down here. Dude, I wouldn't care if there was a 618 up my ass. Okay, I care then. But can't we just put the orders in? Okay, Sarah. Good ratios. Let it go. Okay, let it go. So that's that. Now we're going to wait for this to cook. It could go down. This could be the biggest downtrend in the face of the planet. If you look at the bigger time frames, let's take a zoom out just by hitting the 4-hour chart. And let's take the actual money we're looking at. And now we're looking at the 1-hour chart. Let's stretch out, zoom in. Okay, well, you know what? I'm in, like, of course, with the arrows, I want to leave them on there as evidence and proof of how this system works. Because when I delete those, it kind of ruins my journal. This is my trade journal, so to speak. If I save this image, and you can actually save this image, the magic of MetaTrader is I can come up here and say print. I think I can print this to disk. So I can print this to, or I can just do a screen capture of that. But there's a way to save the whole thing as an image. Save as picture. Here you go. So here you can save this whole chart as a picture. You can send it here. You can send it to people and go, look at my trade I'm doing. So I can save chart as is, which I usually would, right? I think this is as is or active chart. Okay, as is. The way you see it, picture's worth 1,000 words. Okay, on the 15, it's kind of drifting back, right? But have no fear, I put buy limits there. We put some buy limits in. These are the fresh tickets. Let's take a look at the navigator to see. Oh, fuck, it's buried. Anyways, I think N. Control N. Alt N? Is it Alt N or Control N that brings up your navigator? We're going to find out real quick here. So I'm going to say it's Control N. That's right. Control N, people. Never lose track of that navigator. So I'm only trading the 10Ks, and I forgot to put the delete all objects in the but if you got my other scripts, you should see delete all objects. But I didn't put it in the trade management pack up here under trades. See, there's no delete all objects, but you probably want to keep that. If you reload the template, it's going to take away all these stops and take profits. So here's my stops down here. Now here's a cute little 1 hour buy limit, 8 pips stop to make 14, 5 to make 8. And if I wasn't in the market right now, this would be the trade plan this morning, is to come in here, putting in 2 hours, 3 hours deep, and this broker's going to let me just trade and just 100 standard lots. They're going to let me trade 100 standard lots here, ticket wise, you know. So I'm stacking in quite a bit there. We're waiting for the stock market to open. I don't know if there's any news, but I think I think the fact that the euro dollar is getting beat to hell in the most grandiose fashion. Look at the here's fucking the British pound. Same story, different instrument, and this would cost you more money because look at that plunge. Let me see if I got a template that's got some handles on it. Okay, this is 50 pip handles. So look at this, down to the 100-yard line, back up. That's 100 pips you could have made last night by placing orders in the deep discount in the deep area, which I didn't put these in. I decided to trade the euro. The spread's kind of wide here. If you add the commissions to this, you're talking about 3 pips. At some particular times the spread gets wide. It becomes about 3 pips here. But I'm good. I'm going to just leave this as a pure pure euro account on this. Hugh goes away. Pure euro, all day long. All euro, all day. Yeah, see? That's how we're going to do this. So here's my current stats on the account. Those are the trades. And the balance is kind of strange unless you get a couple days in, which we're only 2 days in. You don't see the starting off at 5,000 deposit. Then it spikes to 8,000. Now we're pulling back to 7,000. The risk of ruin is probably 100%. It's only 50%, I guess, because we've got enough history behind us. We've proven ourselves. Here's my win and loss ratio. Risk to reward it should be about 3, because we have those 4-to-1s in there. We're doing 200 trades a day so far. 4 days of trading. It's counting the weekend though. We didn't trade that. But that's okay. Can't trade everything, you know. What do I look like, a fucking Medusa here with a million fucking arms and heads, whatever I'm just one man, 5 currencies. The worst day. I remember this day. I was crying to my therapist. Yeah, did I mention that last video? So the ICT video had the music behind it, and I didn't acknowledge the copyright. It's a copyright-free music, and immediately they get these copyright infringements. I'm like, oh, if you mention our music, it's okay to use it. I'm like, okay, is this a new rule? I went with the epic music because it's so epic. Everything he says is so epic. How can you resist the epicness? So I put pure epic music in. What do we got here? Back to the account. I think I'm picking up some more tickets though. Got to keep track here. So you see me drop those buy limits. Now I'm looking to buy more on this plunge. So this is where I'm kind of getting a little bit hurt, but that's all right. Let's buy this if it pulls back in the next 2 hours. We've still got plenty of time before stocks open, so I think we can come all the way back to earth. I'm betting on it. I don't want to give up any of my tickets that I'm in right now, but I'll buy more. So this is a buying situation. These are 4 hours. I think these will get filled. So we left a little pocket behind, a little vacuum behind here, looking to come back before stocks open. We'll buy even more. I want to get as much as I can, of course. I'm greedy, so greed's good, you know. That's how this works. Here's 15 to make 30. Here's some breaking even, 16 pips to make 16. And let's just stack them in. I said the broker's going to let me just go nuts here, so I don't want to let go of the trades I'm in. I'm up 20 pips on some of these. Or I'm up 20 bucks, 20 pips here. I could have cashed out. Now this is the other part of this is that when we got to the obvious threshold, the obvious floor that we fell through, we could have cashed out everything right here and rinsed and repeated, which means I'd have to reload the gun. So I'm just reloading the gun now because I just don't care. It is a demo account, and this is the demonstration of not caring. This is how you don't care. You learn how to not care by doing this. So that would have been cash everything out, and this broker's pretty fast, which I could take my money and run. Okay, so here I'm just going to load up. for the rest of the day. I'm buying any kind of retest, any kind of attempt to even take out the low, which would be a feat. If we could come down to here and take out the low of the day, that'd be quite the feat. Quite amazing. Now I'm going to put in the 10 pip stops to make 20, 10 to make 30, 10 to make 40. I'm just let this thing go nuts. So if we make 10 grand today, then it'll be because of this retest. And by the way, anything that is filled in down here, if it didn't cash out, it can't. It's like you got to come down to take this out to stop out these trades that we've already built. This is an extreme example of this system. Like I said, they're going to let me trade the shit out of this thing because now I can put all these tickets in now. I can just load up. And that's the beauty. See how that works, right? Okay. Now let's put some orders in for myself. I'm in the same trade with my account. I'm looking to buy that pullback for the next 3 hours, 4 hours, if we can go down lower. If we take out the low of the day, it'll be amazing. So buy. Got scalps peppered in here. And that's how that rolls. So look at, they're crushing this down. My margin usage will go up now. I think I'm already taking, I want to get about $4,000 of margin usage here. So I'm at 3,000. And look at them crush it all the way back. It's a beautiful thing. High probability of filling here with 4-hour, 8-hour tickets sitting at new lows. A retest. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. All the way back to the starting gate. Embrace the suck here. Embrace the sell off. Like I said, we could have cashed out into the logical exit that most people are scalping, but we're in for the big, long run here. That was the cash out point, right? Everybody agrees. If we can make it back to here, holy shit, cash out. And maybe new sellers come in here. These are ICTs selling now. So I'm buying his order block from him. He doesn't know that. He doesn't know everything, you know. Okay, as you were. As you were. Holy shit.